All right, today we are diving into some ancient advice that feels like it could have been written yesterday. It's a father's guide to his child on how to build a life of wisdom, and it all comes from the fourth chapter of Proverbs. So let me ask you something right off the bat. What's the greatest inheritance you could possibly receive? I mean, our minds immediately jump to things like money or property, right? But this ancient text argues that the most valuable thing you can be given is something else entirely. You see, this chapter doesn't start with a boring list of rules. No, it's way more personal than that. It's framed as this passing of the torch. It's about a father handing down a priceless family heirloom, the actual knowledge of how to live a good life from his generation to the next. And you can see this legacy playing out right in the text. The father is literally saying, hey, listen, when I was a kid, my dad taught me this exact same stuff. So this isn't some new theory he just cooked up. We're talking about time-tested, battle-hardened wisdom that's been passed down because, well, it works. Okay, so what is this priceless lesson? What's the big secret? It boils down to something that sounds simple, but is actually incredibly profound. Wisdom is everything. It's positioned as the ultimate prize, the one thing you should go after with everything you've got. But hold on, what do we even mean by wisdom? Because it's not just about being book smart. The original Hebrew word, chachma, is so much richer than that. A great way to think about it is moral skill. Yeah, skill. Like being a master craftsman, but your project is your life. It's about skillfully living in a way that builds something that actually lasts. And the text really, really wants you to get this. The repetition is so intentional, it's almost like a desperate plea. Get wisdom. Whatever it costs, whatever else you're chasing, get wisdom first. It's the ultimate asset, more valuable than anything you could ever own. So why the hard sell? What makes it so valuable? Well, because wisdom isn't just a passive thing you know. It's active. It works for you. The text talks about her like she's this guardian, this benefactor who will lift you up, honor you, even give you a beautiful crown. It's a powerful way of saying that a skillful life doesn't just feel good on the inside, it leads to respect and honor on the outside too. This all leads up to the core metaphor of the whole chapter. It's a really powerful image that kind of frames your entire life. The tale of two paths. And it's a choice, a fundamental choice that every single one of us has to make, with two completely different destinations. And the text pulls no punches here. This is a critical black and white choice. There's no middle ground, no third path to wander down. You're on one or you're on the other. Period. And just look at how different these paths are. The contrast is stunning. The path of the wise is like the sun coming up. It just gets brighter and clearer the further you go. But the other path, it's like stumbling around in the dark, totally clueless about what's tripping you up. One path is clarity, the other is just confusion and chaos. So the choice seems obvious, right? But how do you actually stay on that bright path? This is where the chapter gets super practical. It shifts from the why to the how, giving us some real actionable advice for the journey. And right here, this is it. This is maybe the most crucial piece of advice in the whole chapter. Guard your heart. Now, when it says heart, it doesn't just mean your feelings. Think of it as your inner control room. It's where your thoughts, your will, your decisions, everything comes from. Guarding that source code, well, that's job number one. So how do you do it? How do you guard that control room? Well, the text basically gives us a 4-step guide. Step 1, watch your mouth. What you say has a huge impact. Step 2, keep your eyes on the prize. Stay focused. Step 3, watch your step. Be intentional about where you're going. And step 4, stay on the path. Don't get distracted by stuff on the side of the road. It's this whole life approach, What you say, where you look, where you walk, it all flows from what's going on inside. So as we start to wrap this up, what's the big picture? It's pretty simple, really. Your path is your life. This ancient advice isn't some treasure map with an X at the end. It's more like a compass, something to guide you on the journey itself. The whole point isn't to become some perfect, all-knowing sage. That's not realistic. It's about the day-to-day work. It's about the process of just keeping your bearings, maintaining your direction. It's all those small, skillful choices you make every day that keep you moving toward the light. So, in this chapter, we see a father trying to give his child a guide for their life's journey. And I think that leaves a really big question for all of us to think about. If your life is a path, who or what is drawing your map?